Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Umagyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Sarakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Darati Svaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapatakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrijatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते कुपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवारि पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासरि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा विवेक प्रभु तंदा प्रणाम जय श्री प्रभुपाद
Krishna Prabhupada, yes, sir.
You want to start the chapter 10, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Dandot Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you. Prabhu, I am traveling now.
Oh, yes, Prabhu, okay.
Is this okay? I'm clear of Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, that's okay.
I'm clear. Okay then.
Okay, chapter 10.
Chapter.
Oh, yes, Prabhu. Oh, you can read? Yeah, the sound is good. There is no noise. So you can, if you can, then it's okay.
I'm clear now.
Yes, Prabhu.
Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhu, it's good.
Okay. Chapter 10. Chapter 10, text 1. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Paramam Vacha Yatyat Am Priyamanyaya Bhakami Vitakam Shri Bhagavan Vacha
Prabhu is cutting.
Prabhu, you read Sami Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. Vivek, Prabhu, we cannot hear you. I think Prabhu lost connection. Okay, Haribol. 10:1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Bhuya Eva Mahabaho Shृणु Me Paramam Vacha Yatteham Priyamanaya Vakshyami Hitakamaya Kamyaya. Word to word. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Bhuyaha, again, Eva, certainly, Mahabaho, Almighty arm, Shrunu, just hear, me, my, Paramam, Supreme, Vachaha, information, yet that which, Te, to you, Aham, I, Priyamanaya, thinking you dear to me. Vakshyami, say, Hitakam for your benefit. Translation. The Supreme Lord said, My dear friend, my dear Arjuna, listen to again to my supreme word, which I shall impart to you for your benefit and which will give you great joy. Purport. The word Paramam is explained thus by Parasara Muni. One who is full in six opulence, who has full strength, full fame, wealth, knowledge, beauty, and renunciation, is Paramam, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. While Krishna was present on this earth, he displayed all six opulences. Therefore, great sages like Parashara Muni, have all accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now Krishna is instructing Arjuna in more confidential knowledge of his opulences and his work. Previously, beginning with the seventh chapter, the Lord already explained his different energies and how they are acting. Now, in this chapter, he explains his specific opulences to Arjuna. In the previous chapter, he has clearly explained his different energies to establish devotion in firm conviction. Again, in this chapter, he tells Arjuna about his manifestations and various opulences. Hmm. The more one hears about the Supreme God, the more one becomes fixed in devotional service. One should always hear about the Lord in the association of devotees. That will enhance one's devotional service. Discourses in the society of devotees can take place only among those who are really anxious to be in Krishna consciousness. Others cannot take part in such discourses. The Lord clearly tells Arjuna that because he is very dear to him, for his benefit such discourses are taking place. So let's post this to the group. Okay, text number 2. Name vidusura prabhavam na maharshaya ahamadirhi devanam maharshinam cha sarvasa. Na, never. Me, my. Vidu, knows. Suragana, demigods. Prabhavam, opulences. Na, never. Maharshaya, great sages. Aham, I am. Adi, the origin. He, certainly. Devanam, of the demigods. Maharshinam, of the great sages. Cha, also. Sarvasha, in all respects. Translation. Neither the host of demigods nor the great sages know my origin. For, in every respect, I am the source of the demigods and the sages. Purport. As stated in the Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna is the Supreme Lord. No one is greater than him. He is the cause of all causes. Here it is also stated by the Lord personally that he is the cause of all the demigods and sages. Even the demigods and great sages cannot understand Krishna. They can understand neither his name nor his personality. So, what is the position of the so called scholars of this tiny planet? No one can understand why the Supreme God comes to earth as an ordinary human being and executes such commonplace and yet wonderful activities. One should know, then, that scholarship is not the qualification necessary to understand Krishna. Even the demigods and the great sages have tried to understand Krishna by their mental speculation, and they have failed to do so. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, also, it is clearly said that even the great demigods are not able to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They can speculate to the limits of their imperfect senses and can reach the opposite conclusion of impersonalism of something not manifested by the three qualities of material nature, or they can imagine something by mental speculation, but it is not possible to understand Krishna by such foolish speculation. Here the Lord indirectly says that if anyone wants to know the absolute truth, Here I am present as the Supreme Person of Godhead. I am the Supreme. One should know this. Although one cannot understand the inconceivable Lord who is personally present, he nonetheless exists. We can actually understand Krishna, who is eternal, full of bliss and knowledge, simply by studying his words in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. The impersonal Brahman can be conceived by persons who are already in the inferior energy of the Lord, but the personality of Godhead cannot be conceived unless one is in the transcendental position. Because most man cannot understand Krishna in his actual situation, out of his causeless mercy, he descends to show favor to such speculators. Yet, despite the Supreme Lord's uncommon activities, these speculators, due to contamination in the material energy, still think that the impersonal Brahman is the Supreme. Only the devotees who are fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord can understand, by the grace of the Supreme Personality, that he is Krishna. The devotees of the Lord do not bother about the impersonal Brahman conception of God. Their faith and devotion bring them to surrender immediately unto the Supreme Lord. Out of the causeless mercy of Krishna, they can understand Krishna. No one else can understand him. So even great sages agree. What is Atma? What is the Supreme? It is he whom we have to worship. Oh, Hare Krishna, le Bhang Prabhu, Tandat Param, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
It's the second time, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. What, Shubham Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I can read.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Yo mamajam anadim cha vetti loka maheswaram asamudha samartesu sarva papai pramuchate. Synonyms. Yeah, anyone mom unto me, ajam unborn, anadim without beginning, cha also with the nose, look the planets, Maheswaram Supreme Master, Ahamudha without doubt, Sah he, Martes among those subject to death, Sarva Papai from all sinful reactions, Pramuchate is delivered. Translation. He who knows me as unborn, as the beginningless, as supreme lord of all the world, he undiluted among men is freed from all sins. Purport. As stated in the 7th chapter, those who are trying to elevate themselves to the platform of spiritual realization are not ordinary men. They are superior to millions and millions of ordinary men who have no knowledge of spiritual realization. But out of those actually trying to understand their spiritual situation, one who can come to the understanding that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the proprietor of everything, the unborn, is most successful spiritually realized person. In that stage only, when one has fully understood Krishna's supreme position, can one be free completely from all sinful reactions. Here the word ajam, meaning unborn, should not be confused with the living entities who are described to be who are described in the second chapter as Ajam. The Lord is different from the living entities who are taking birth and dying due to material attachment. The conditioned souls are changing their bodies, but his body is not changeable. Even when he comes to this material world, he comes as the same unborn. Therefore, in the fourth chapter, it is said that the Lord, by his internal potency, is not under the inferior material energy, but is always in the superior energy. He was existing before the creation and he is different from his creation. All the demigods were created within this material world, but as far as Krishna is concerned, it is said that he is not created, therefore Krishna is different even from the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. And because he is the creator of Brahma, Shiva and all the other demigods, he is supreme person of all planets. Sri Krishna is therefore different from everything that is created, and anyone who knows him as such immediately becomes liberated from all sinful reactions. One must be liberated from all sinful activities to win the knowledge of the Supreme Lord. Only by devotional service can he be known and not by any other means. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, one should not try to understand Krishna as a human being, as stated previously. Only a foolish person thinks him to be a human being. This is again expressed here in a different way. Man who is not foolish, who is intelligent enough to understand the constitutional position of the Godhead, is always free from all sinful reaction. If Krishna is known as the son of Devaki, then how can he be unborn? That is also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. When he appeared before Devaki and Vasudeva, he was not born as an ordinary child. He appeared in his original form and then he transferred himself into an ordinary child. Anything done under the direction of Krishna is transcendental. It cannot be contaminated by material reactions, which may be auspicious or inauspicious. The conception that there are things auspicious and inauspicious in the material world is more or less a mental concoction because there is nothing auspicious in the material world. Everything is inauspicious because the very material mask is inauspicious. We simply imagine it to be auspicious. Real auspiciousness depends on activities in Krishna consciousness, in full devotion and service. Therefore, if we at all want our activities to be auspicious, to be auspicious or he auspicious, Prabhu.
Be Prabhu. Here's one more mistake. Let's send this to Luves Prabhu. What is the verse? 10:3.
Then we should work under the direction of the Supreme Lord. Such directions are given in authoritative scriptures such as Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, or from a bona fide spiritual master, because the spiritual master is the representative of the Supreme Lord. His direction is directly the direction of the Supreme Lord. The spiritual master, saintly person, and scriptures directs in the same way. There is no contradiction in these three sources. All actions done under such direction are free from the reaction of bias or impious activities of this material world. The transcendental attitude of devotee in performance of activities is actually that of renunciation, and that is called sannyas. Anyone acting under the direction of Supreme Lord is actually a sannyasi and a yogi, and not the man who has simply taken the dress of the sannyasi or a pseudo yogi. Prabhu, now you can read.
Haribol, thank you so much, Prabhu. Lebahang Prabhu, do you want to read?
Yes, Prabhu, I can read one.
Yes, Prabhu, but we have pictures, I think. We need to see the pictures. Or,
But my Bhagavad Gita does not have pictures in the middle, Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu, there is so many pictures. But I would want Karti Prabhu to explain the pictures to us. See this?
Oh, yes, yes, Prabhu.
This
Is that gold coin?
yes, Prabhu. Then the demigods are giving him gold and sunshine and water because he's chanting.
Oh,
He's a grihastha and there's his family and they are happy. And there's a cow. There is a nice like building, no skyscraper, farm. There is the moon and sun giving light and juice for the vegetables. And there's Krishna. The demigods being satisfied by the performance of sacrifice supply our needs to the man.
it's like sometimes they confuse us, Prabhu. It's like you don't know, should I pray to the demigod? But then I know we should pray to Krishna, but sometimes the speeches, it's like there are two ways sometimes, Especially when I was hearing from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
Yeah, we should not worship the demigods. Yeah, here is three different kinds of conditions, conditionings. This is in this way we are conditioned. Like this, this is like the smoke, fire covered by the smoke. Let's read what it. The living entity is covered by different degrees of lust. I think this is the like highest grade. Being like a tree or covered in embryo is the most unconscious state,
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
covered state. And this is like the mirror, and this is the fire that is covered by smoke. I forgot what are the explanation about this. Let's see.
Yes, Prabhu.
The living entity in the center is being enveloped by fiery lust. The analogy in verse 38 is illustrated here. Oh, Bhagavad Gita 3:37. The Supreme Person of Godhead said, "It is lust only, O Arjuna, which is born of contact with material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the old revering sinful enemy of this world." It's there. Oh, hmm. Or maybe 38. Yeah, 38. Let's see. As fire is covered by smoke, as a mirror is covered by dust. Yeah, here we can see fire is covered by smoke. As a mirror is covered by dust, or as the embryo is covered by the womb, the living entity is similarly covered by different degrees of this lust. Like smoke in the fire, dust on the mirror, and the womb about the embryo. When lust is compared to smoke, it is understood that the fire of the living spark can be little perceived. It is understood that the fire of the living spark can be a little perceived. In other words, when the living entity exhibits his Krishna consciousness lightly, he may be likened to the fire covered by smoke. Although fire is necessary where there is smoke, there is no overt manifestation of fire in the early stage. This stage is like the beginning of Krishna consciousness. The dust on the mirror refers to the cleansing process of the mirror of the mind by so many spiritual methods. The best method is to chant the holy names of the Lord. The embryo covered by the womb is an analogy illustrating a helpless position for the child in the womb. For the child in the womb is so helpless that he cannot even move. This stage of living condition can be compared to that of trees. The trees are also living entities, but they have been put in such condition of life by such a great exhibition of lust that they have almost void of all consciousness. The covered mirror is compared to the birds and beasts, and the covered mirror is compared to the birds and beasts. Oh, that's why there is this. Yeah, when one is in this animal life, then it's like the covered mirror position. And the smoke covered fire is compared to the human being. In the form of a human being, the living entity may revive a little Krishna consciousness. And if he makes further development, the fire of spiritual life can be kindled in the human form of life. By careful handling of the smoke in the fire, it can be made to blaze. Therefore, the human form of life is a chance for the living entity to escape the entanglement of material existence. In the human form of life, one can conquer the enemy lust by cultivation of Krishna consciousness under able guidance. Very nice.
Can I read now, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, let's see the pictures later.
Text 4 to 5. Prabhu, it's a lot of Sanskrit. Prabhu, should I try and you'll read after or?
Yes, Prabhu, you can read it. It's the normal one.
Normal to you, Prabhu. Buddhir Gyanam Asam Moha Kshama Satyam Damaha Samaha Sukam Dukam Bhavo Bayam Cha Bayam Evacha Ahimsa Samata Tushtis Tapo Danam Yaso Yasaha Bhavanti Bhava Bhutanam Mata Eva Pretaga Vidaha. Is it Pretaga Vidaha? Don't you want to chant it, Prabhu? In the scientific way.
Oh, I can try, but it's not scientific, maybe.
Oh.
Tirgyanam asammoha kshama satyam dama sama sukham dukham bhavo bhayam cha piyam evacha ahimsa samatta Samata tushti stapo danam yasho yasha bhavanti bhava bhutanam matta eva pritagvida.
Oh, synonyms: Buddhir, intelligence; Jnanam, knowledge; Asam, Moha, freedom from doubt; Kshama, forgiveness; Satyam, truthfulness; Dhammaha, control of the senses; Samaha, control of the mind; Sukham, happiness; Tukam, distress; Bhava, birth; Abhava, death; Bhayam, fear; Cha, also; Abhayam, without fear; Eva, also, yeah, a verse also. Since when a verse also, Prabhu? I know it's certainly. Cha and ahimsa, non-violence; samatha, equilibrium; tushti, satisfaction; tapaha, penance; danam, charity; yasya, yasaha, fame; as ayasyaha, infamy; bhavanti, becomes; bhavaha, nature's; Bhutanam, of living entities; Mataha. From me, ever, certainly; Pratak Vidaha, differently arranged. Translation. Oh, I think I remember this sloka. Intelligence, knowledge, freedom from doubt and delusion; forgiveness, truthfulness, self-control and calmness; pleasure and pain; birth, death, fear, fearlessness, non-violence; equanimity, satisfaction, austerity; charity, fame, and infamy are created by me alone. Is it a long purport, Neprabhu, or is it a short one? Oh, no.
7 pages, Prabhu.
How many?
7 pages.
It's like we'll share it, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. You can read few for the whole.
Purport. Sorry, Prabhu.
I think, Prabhu.
Purport. The different qualities of living entities, be they good or bad, are all created by Krishna, and they are described here. Intelligence refers to the power of analyzing things in proper perspective, and knowledge refers to the understanding what is spirit and what is matter. Ordinary knowledge obtained by a university education pertains only to matter, and it is not accepted here as knowledge. Knowledge means knowing the distinction between spirit and matter. In modern education, there is no knowledge about the spirit. They are simply taking care of the material elements and bodily needs. Therefore, academic knowledge is not complete. Asamoha, freedom from doubt and delusion, can be achieved when one is not hesitant and when he understands the transcendental philosophy. Slowly but surely, he becomes free from bewilderment. Nothing should be accepted blindly. Everything should be accepted with care and with caution. Kshama, forgiveness, should be practiced, and one should excuse the minor offenses of others. Satyam, truthfulness, means that facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others. Yeah, Prabhu, you remember the hierarchy of Tattvavid, Prabhu, the truth, and then opinions about the truth. Do you remember that?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Satyam, truthfulness, means that the facts should be presented as they are for the benefit of others. Facts should not be misrepresented. According to social conversation, it is said that one can ask the truth only when it is palatable to others, but that is not truthfulness. The truth should be spoken in a straight and forward way so that others will understand actually what the facts are. what the facts are. If a man is a thief, and if people are warned that he is a thief, that that is truth. Although sometimes the truth is unpalatable, one should not refrain from speaking it. Truthfulness demands that the facts be presented as they are for the benefit of others. That is the definition of truth. Self-control means that the senses should not be used for unnecessary personal enjoyment. There is no prohibition against meeting the proper needs of the senses, but unnecessary sense enjoyment is detrimental for spiritual advancement. Therefore, the senses should be restrained from unnecessary use. Similarly, the mind should not indulge in unnecessary thoughts, that is called samaha or calmness, nor should one spend one's time pondering over earning money. That is a misuse of the thinking power. The mind should be used to understand the prime necessity of human beings, and that should be presented authoritatively. The power of thoughts should be developed in association with persons who are authorities in the scriptures, saintly persons and spiritual masters, and those whose thinking is highly developed. Sukham, pleasure, or happiness should always be that which is favorable for the cultivation of the spiritual knowledge of Krishna consciousness. And similarly, that which is painful or which causes distress is that which is unfavorable for the cultivation of Krishna consciousness. Anything favorable for the development of Krishna consciousness should be accepted, and everything unfavorable should be rejected. Bhava, birth, should be understood to refer to the body as far as the soul is concerned. There is neither birth nor death, that we have discussed in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Birth and death apply to one's embodiment in the material world. Fear is due to worrying about the future. A person in Krishna consciousness has no fear because by his activities, he is sure to go back to the spiritual sky, back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, his future is very bright. Others, however, do not know what the future holds. They have no knowledge of what the next life holds. So they are therefore in constant anxiety. If we want to get free from anxiety, then the best course is to understand Krishna and be situated always in Krishna consciousness. In that way, we will be free from all fears. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that fear is caused by our absorption in the illusory energy. But those who are free from the illusory energy, those who are confident that they are not the material body, that they are spiritual parts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and are therefore engaged in the transcendental service of the Supreme Godhead, have nothing to fear. Their future is very bright. Their fear is a condition of persons who are not in Krishna consciousness. Bhayam, fearlessness, is only possible for one in Krishna consciousness. Ahimsa, non-violence, means that one should not do anything which will put others into misery or confusion. Material activities that are promised by so many politicians, socialists, sociologists, right? Yeah, philanthropists, etc., do not produce very good results because the politicians and philanthropists have no transcendental vision. They do not know what is actual beneficial for human society. Ahimsa means that people should be trained in such a way that the full utilization of the human body can be achieved. The human body is meant for spiritual realization. So any movement or any commissions which do not further that end commit violence on the human body, that which furthers the future spiritual happiness of the people in general, is called non-violence. Samatha, equanimity, refers to freedom from attachment and aversion. To be very much attached to, or to be very much attached, or to be very much detached is not the best. This material world should be accepted without attachment or aversion. Similarly, that which is favorable for prosecuting Krishna consciousness should be accepted. That which is unfavorable should be rejected. That is called samatha, equanimity. A person in Krishna consciousness has nothing to reject and nothing to accept unless it is useful in the prosecution of Krishna consciousness. To stay satisfaction means that one should not be eager to gather more and more material goods by unnecessary activity. One should be satisfied with whatever is obtained by the grace of the Supreme Lord. That is called satisfaction. Tapas means austerity or penance. There are many rules and definitions in the Vedas which apply here, like rising early in the morning and taking a bath. Sometimes it is very difficult. Yes, but we can go down. Sometimes it's very troublesome to rise early in the morning, but whatever voluntarily trouble one may suffer in this way is called penance. Similarly, there are prescriptions for fasting on certain days of the month. One may not be inclined to practice such fasting, but because of his determination to make advancement in the science of Krishna consciousness, he should accept such bodily troubles which are recommended. However, one should not fast unnecessarily or against Vedic injunctions. One should not fast for some political purpose. That is described in the Bhagavad Gita as fasting in ignorance, and anything done in ignorance or passion does not lead to spiritual advancement. Everything done in the mode of goodness does not advance one. However, and fasting done in terms of the Vedic injunctions enriches one in spiritual knowledge. As far as charity is concerned, one should give 50% of his earnings to some good cause, And what is a good cause? It is that which is conducted in terms of Krishna consciousness. That is not only a good cause, but it is the best cause because Krishna is good. His cause is also good. Thus, charity should be given to a person who is engaged in Krishna consciousness. According to Vedic literature, it is enjoined that charity should be given to the Brahmanas. This practice is still followed, although not very nicely in terms of the Vedic injunctions. But still, the injunction is that charity should be given to the Brahmanas. Why? Because they are engaged in higher cultivation of spiritual knowledge. A Brahmana is supposed to devote his whole life to understanding Brahman. A Brahma Jana is one who knows Brahman. He is called a Brahmana. Thus, charity is offered to the Brahmanas because since they are always engaged in a higher spiritual service, they have no time to earn their livelihoods in the Vedic literatures. Charity is also to be awarded to the renouncer of life, the sannyasi. The sannyasi beg from door to door, not for money, but for missionary purposes. The system is that they go from door to door to awaken the householders and engaged in family affairs and have forgotten their actual purpose in life. Awakening the Krishna conscious in life, awakening the Krishna consciousness is the business of the sannyasi to go as beggars to the householders and encourage them to be Krishna conscious, as it is said in the Vedanta. Let's go. It is said in the Vedas, one should awake and achieve what is due. One should awake and achieve what is due him in this human form of life. This knowledge and method is distributed by the sannyasis. Hence, charity is to be given to Brahmanas. Yes, you can go down, Prabhu. Charity can be given to the renouncer of life, to the Brahmanas, and similar good cause, not to any whimsical cause. Yasyaha. Fame should be according to Lord Chaitanya, who said that a man is famous when he is known as a great devotee. This is the real fame. If one has become a great man in Krishna consciousness and it is known, then he is truly famous. One who does not have such fame is infamous. All these qualities are manifest throughout the universe in human society and in the society of the demigods. There are many forms of humanity on other planets, and these qualities are there. Now, for one who wants to advance in Krishna consciousness, Krishna creates all these qualities, but the person who develops them himself from within, one who engages in their devotional service of the Supreme Lord, develops all the good qualities as arranged by the Supreme Lord. Of whatever we find, good or bad, the origin is Krishna. Nothing can manifest in this material world which is not in Krishna. This is knowledge. Although we know that things are differently situated, we should realize that everything flows from Krishna. Semi Prabhu, you said 7 pages. Is that 7 pages, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Prabhu, for reading.
Hare Krishna, dear Prabhu, please accept my obeisance of Ganesha.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Gaurav.
Krishna. Gaura Shakti Prabhu, please accept number obeisances of glory to Srila Prabhupada. Haribol. You know, Prabhu, my rascal mind is still
Hare
attached to
Krishna
Gyani
Prabhu
Prabhu.
Dandot Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Haribol. Gaura Shakti Prabhu.
Yes,
I'm
Prabhu.
saying my mind is still attached to your material name, Gyani Prabhu.
Oh yes, but
Sometimes
even His
yeah,
Grace
when I
Bharat
see you-
Prabhu, you know,
Yes, yes,
even
Prabhu.
even His Grace Bharat Prabhu sometimes call me Gianni, Gianni.
No.
Even
And you
Sami
get used
Prabhu
to it.
and Kachi Prabhu also.
Yes, Prabhu. It's like also an initiated name.
Yes, Prabhu.
Almost, yes, almost.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Gyani, knowledge, Gyana.
Yes, but yeah, His Grace Sundar Gopal Prabhu chose this name, and you know, just I don't want to spoil the session, but just one small story that His Grace Nimanitai share with us is that actually the name that His Grace Gopal Prabhu will choose for initiate devotee comes really from Srila Prabhupada. And
Oh, yes,
you
yes,
know,
Prabhu.
there is a whole story about that. I don't want to tell that in the reading session, but yeah, this is really inspired by come directly from Srila Prabhupada. So His Grace Humanita had a story about that, and I will told you about that in when I will have the opportunity. But
Yes.
yes, it is directly. It comes directly from Srila Prabhupada himself. So
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
I just want to say that. So it is not. He didn't choose Gyani for me. He chose Gola Shakti.
Yes, Prabhu. We understand.
But it's okay. Sometimes you call me Gyani. It's okay.
Yes. Yeah,
No
because
harm.
before I
No.
call you, I need to think.
Yes, I know. So thank you very much, dear Prabhu. Please forgive.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Carry on. Jai Shri.
Vivek can read or you semi Prabhu or Subham. You know, Prabhu, first time when I saw Subham, I thought it was like Subham. I forgot his initiated name. I thought it was Subham.
Oh, from the temple? Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, from the temple.
Yes, Prabhu. There is many Shubhams in India.
Yeah.
Its famous name. You want to read the Bang Prabhu or Shubham Prabhu?
Now you can continue, Prabhu.
Okay, Haribol, I can read.
Prabhu, tomorrow you must make it late. You must start at this time, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
4
Tomorrow is
o'clock.
Ekadashi. Tomorrow is Ekadashi, Haribol.
Haribo.
Haribo.
What, Prabhu?
No, I said Haribo.
Oh, Haribol. Okay, 9. This is text number 10. Chapter 10, text number 6. Maharshaya saptapurve chatvaro manavastata madbhava manasa jata yesham loka ima praja. Synonyms. Maharshaya, the great sages. Sapta, 7. Purve, before. Chatvaraha, 4. Manavaha, manus. Tatha, also. Matbhavaha, born of me. Manasaha, from the mind. Jataha, born. Yesham, of them. Loke, the planets. Ima, all this. Praja, population. Translation. The 7 great sages, and before them the 4 other great sages, and the Manus, progenitors of mankind, are born out of my mind and all creatures in these planets descend from them. Purport. The Lord is giving a genealogical synopsis of the universal population. Brahma is the original creature born out of the energy of the Supreme Lord, known as Hiranyagarbha. And from Brahma, all 7 great sages, and before them 4 great sages named Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumar, and the 4 Manus are manifest. All these 25 great sages are known as patriarchs of the living entities all over the universe. There are innumerable universes and innumerable planets within each universe, and each planet is full of population of different varieties. All of them are born of these 25 patriarchs. Brahma underwent penance for 1000 years of the demigods before he realized by the grace of Krishna how to create. Then from Brahma, Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatana, and Sanat Kumara came out. Then Rudra, and then the 7 sages. And in this way, all the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are born out of the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Brahma is known as Pitamaha, the grandfather, and Krishna is known as Prapitamaha, the father of the grandfather. That is stated in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, 11:39. Yeah, I was reading yesterday that Lord Shiva creates all the other demigods.
How?
Yes, Prabhu. Lord Shiva said this himself.
It's very tricky. Do you have like the star numbers, Prabhu?
And Lord Shiva was created because Brahma become angry.
Yes, Prabhu.
So
In this
Lord
verse.
Shiva is the anger of Brahma.
Yes, Prabhu.
Oh.
5:17:22-23 translation. Lord Shiva says, from that Supreme Person of Godhead appears Lord Brahma, whose body is made from the total material energy, the reservoir of intelligence predominated by the passionate mode of material nature. From Lord Brahma, I myself am born as a representation of false ego known as Rudra. By my own power I create all other demigods. See, here it is said.
Yes.
The 5 elements and the senses. Therefore, I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than any of us, and under whose control are situated all the demigods, material elements, and senses, even Lord Brahma and I myself, like birds bound by a rope. Only by the Lord's grace can we create, maintain, and annihilate the material world. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Being.
This verse is so clear
Yes,
that they are dependent of the Lord Krishna. This is very good one, very good verse, very good.
yes, Prabhu. I was surprised when I saw it.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, and he said that is manifestation of ahankar, the false ego.
Yes,
And
Prabhu.
actually, it makes sense because he's the predominated, he's in a mode of ignorance. He's the one who is loading the mode of ignorance. So false ego equals, ignorance. This is a perfect verse to just understand everything.
Yes, Prabhu.
So I can understand why so many people in this material world, especially Hindu or even, we can say like this in Reunion Island, they are very, very much attracted to worship Shiva. Because he is the one, who will controlling the mode of ignorance and false ego, So yeah, we can understand clearly through the verse that he is really as much as powerful as the Lord himself, And I forgot, Prabhu, there is in the Nectar of Devotion, I think, the percentage, like Narayana is 99%, Krishna, and it is said that Shiva is 72 or something like that.
84.
Do you know the verse from? No,
Yes.
in Nectar of Devotion, yeah.
Shiva is
Right now, 96 and Lord Shiva is 84.
Yes, Prabhu, and Lord Brahma is 7.
Yes. Do you know the verse, Prabhu? I don't want to interrupt the reading session, but it is very
Prabhu, as long
interesting.
as you're Gaura Shakti Prabhu, as long as you're speaking about Krishna, you're not disturbing Prabhu. You are teaching us.
It's at least the purport it's at least in the fourth canto, one
Yes.
in purport. But it's, yeah, I don't know the verse. Yeah, it's somewhere in the verse also, but here I found it in the purport quickly.
Okay.
Also 274, it is in the
274.
Yeah, it's in really many purports.
Yeah, but I know that His Grace Hari Prabhu shared this in Nectar of Instruction, Devotion, and it is really clearly stated that, like Narayana, what percentage, Brahma, Shiva, everyone, it is very well stated, But I just ask, it's okay if you don't find. Perhaps I should watch again the lecture, just to have the reference.
Yes, Prabhu, it's from. Yeah, I've only seen now it in the purport, but I know there is the verse also, but it's not. It's in some Purana or something, I think.
Oh, okay. No, it's okay, Prabhu. I just ask because I know you will take note of many things, so I just ask if you have this reference. It's very interesting to have the percentage. This is Srila Rupa Goswami who will tell this. Srila Prabhupada said that
Yes, Prabhu.
they have the ability to do that. I was amazed when I first heard this percentage thing. Like they know that, for example, Shiva. I don't know
84%. Yes.
the exact. So Shiva, it is said you share something, right?
84.
How many? 84.
Yes, Prabhu.
So Shiva, 84. Is 84 Krishna. Like. So they know the percentage. You see how empowered they are. They know everything.
Yes.
And even more.
94.
So, yeah. You see, yeah. This is nice. So they know the percentage of the potency of the Lord, the energy, anything. So this is amazing. They are really empowered. Those personality, those Vaishnava, Srila Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Six Goswami, Vrindavan. They are really empowered.
Yes, Prabhu.
And incredible. And it is said, I forgot the reference, but it said that actually the Vaishnavas, they are the most exalted, personality in the world universe, because they are the most dearest to the Lord, and they know things that even demigod and even Shiva and Brahma, they don't know. Vaishnav know things that even Shiva and Brahma, even Brahma, Brahma, the creator of this universe, he don't know. and it's amazing because
What
What?
I was saying I thought I saw Vivek had his hands raised. I don't know if you want to say something.
Oh, he wants to read
Oh,
it.
yes. Yes.
Yeah, you can
Sorry,
continue if you.
Juliette Pavou. Vancha Kalpata Lubisha, Expressin
Thank you so
Dubi,
much.
Petit Namprava di Biolishna, Biolishna.
I can read one though.
Yes,
If
Prabhu.
you have time, I can
One
read.
more.
Prabhu.
Then we can read six Astakam prayers.
Sorry, Prabhu, I was traveling, but I was hearing all the verses.
Yes, Prabhu,
So,
no problem. Thank you so much for attending. So that's number 7.
Etam vimud, sorry, text 7. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo viti tatvataha suvikalpena yogena yujyate natra samshayaha. Synonyms: Etam, all these, vibhutim, opulence, yogam cha, also mystic power, mama, of mind, yaha, anyone, vithi, though knows, tatvataha, factually, saha, he, avikalpena, without division, yogena, in devotion service, yujyate, engaged, na, never, atra, here, samshaya, doubt. Translation: He who knows in truth this glory and power of mind engages in another of devotion service of this. There is no doubt. Something is mixed there. No? He who knows in truth this glory and power of mind engaging in another devotion service. There of this there is no doubt. Okay. Purport. The highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Person of Godhead. Unless one is firmly convinced of the different opulences of the Supreme Lord, he cannot engage in devotional service. Generally, people know that God is great, but they do not know in detail how God is great. Here are the details. If one knows factually how God is great, then gradually he becomes a surrendered soul and engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord. Devotion of the Lord. When one effectually knows the appearance of the Supreme, there is no alternative but to understand to Him. This factual knowledge can be known from the description of Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures. In the administration of this universe, there are many demigods distributed throughout the planetary system, and the chief of them are Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the 4 great Kumaras and other pa- patri- sorry, patriarchs. There are many forefathers of the population of the universe, and all of them are born of the Supreme Lord Krishna. The Supreme Authority of God, Krishna, is the original forefather of all forefathers. These are some of the appearances of the Supreme Lord. When one is firmly convinced of them, he accepts Krishna with great faith and without any doubt, and he engages in devotional service. All this particular knowledge is required in order to increase one's interest in the loving devotion service of the Lord. One should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is, for by knowing the
Your
great.
voice is very low.
Oh, Haribo, no?
Prabhu, I can hear it, Prabhu. For me, it's okay.
Okay. Maybe some
For others,
Haribo.
I can hear also, but
Yeah, I can hear also.
sometimes it's little low, but it's okay. It's okay. I can hear.
Okay then, bro. Sorry. Okay, then I will speak loudly. I will read loudly. Sorry. One should not neglect to understand. It's okay. All this particular knowledge is required to order to increase one's interest in the loving devotional service of the Lord. One should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is, for by knowing the greatness of Krishna, one will be able to be fixed in sincere devotional service. Ribhu.
okay, maybe one more. Let's see if this. Oh,
Ribhu. I will read Prabhu.
yes, Prabhu. Okay, it's not too long. It has some
Ribhu.
nice words in the middle.
Okay then. Text 8. Aham sarvasya prabho matha sarvam pravartate ithi matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samamvitaha. Synonyms. Aham, I, sarvasya, of all, prabhava, source of generation, matha, from me, sarvam, everything, pravartate, emanates, ithi, those, matva, knowing, bhajante, becomes devoted, mam, unto me, buddhaha, learned, bhava, samanvitaha, with great attention. Translation: I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who knows this perfectly engaged in my devotion service and worship me with all their hearts. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya, and who knows how to apply this teaching, can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in devotion service of the Supreme Lord. He can never be deviated by any amount of nonsensical commentaries or by fools. All Vedic literature agrees that Krishna is the source of Brahma, Shiva, and all the other demigods. In the Atharva Veda, it is said, Yo Brahmanam vidhati purvam yo vai vedamscha gapyati sama Krishna. It was Krishna who, in the beginning, instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge and who disseminated Vedic knowledge in the past. Then again it is said, Atha Purusho ha vai Narayano kama, kamayata prajha srijaya ite upakaramya. Then the Supreme Personality, Narayana, desired to create living entities. Again it is said, Narayanad Brahma Jayate Narayanad Prajapiti Prajayate Narayad Indro Jayate Narayadanad Ashto Vasavo Jayante Narayad Ekadasha Rudra Jayante Narayanad Dvada Aditya. How to, like, which tune, Prabhu, this is? Narayanad Brahma Jayate Narayanad Prajapati Prajayate Narayana Ad Indro Jayate Narayana Ad Asto Vasvo Jayante Narayanad Ekadasha Rudra Jayante Narayanad Vadha Adityas. Like, which verse, Prabhu, this is? Like, which tune we have to use for this?
Like Narayanad Brahma Jayate Narayanad Prajapita Prajate Narayanad Indro Jayate Narayanad Ashtav Vasavo Jayante Narayanad Ekadasarudra Jayante Narayanad Vadashatitayaha. Something like that. I'm not sure actually.
Thank you. From Narayana, Brahma is born, and from Narayana, the patriarchs are also born. From Narayana, Indra is born. From Narayana, the 8 Vasus are born. From Narayana, the 11 Rudras are born. From Narayana, the 12 Adityas are born. It is said in the same Vedas, Brahmano Devaki, Putra, the son of Devaki, Krishna is the Supreme Personality. Then it is said, Eko hi Narayana Asinna Brahmana Vishno Napo Nagni Samho Nime Dvya Apri Prithvi na nakshatrani na surya sa ekaki na ramante tasya dhanya dhan sorry dhyanantha yasya yatra chandogin kriyo manas tadaki tadadi kadi samagnaka stuti stot sorry stuti stomaha stomama uchyate. Can you uh, can you read this verse, June?
Prabhu, this is really long one. I don't know this one. Maybe
Okay then.
Gora Shakti Prabhu knows.
I try to study them. Actually, you have to because there is no point, So you have to create some like His Grace Prabhu will do, sometimes. So you can choose some tune. For example, I don't know the proper tune, but for example, you can do it like that. Eko Vainarayana Shin Na Brahmana Ishano Napo. You have to be like 4 together or 5 together, Eko Vainarayana Shin Na Brahmana Ishano Napo Nagni Samonime. Like this. We have to separate. If we and then there is also other tune, but this one is a very long one. So
Yes.
the tune for this one it will be very difficult to change. But
Okay.
if I notice in the fifth canto.
This is not a sloka.
This is sloka only, bro.
This is the prose.
This is the shloka. This is the shloka. But yes, Prabhu. For example, in the fifth canto, Sami Prabhu will read the fifth canto now. There is very long verse, very very long shloka.
Yes.
And sometimes when I watch Tavavid Prabhu lecture about those shloka, he will chant normally, like I just did, and he will separate,
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So I think it's like this, we have to separate, but I'm still learning, how to do it properly. 5 together or 4 together, I don't know. But yeah, I will study because we need to study that, It's very important to chant well the verse so that we can learn it, because
Okay.
it's very
Prabhu,
important verse.
I've never seen such a long sloka, Prabhu. I've never seen such a long sloka, Prabhu. It's my first time seeing such a long one.
Yes, Prabhu.
There is so in the fifth canto there are so much like those very very long shloka. I guarantee you this is much longer than that. In the fifth canto, Sami Prabhu perhaps can share with you in a personal chat. He can share with you some verse. This is very long, Prabhu. This is quite nice, it's okay. But in the fifth canto, sometimes it's more long than that. Guarantee you.
Oh, Prabhu.
Prabhu, can I read once again?
Yes, Prabhu.
Eko vahi narayana sina brahmana brahma na ishno na ponagni samo nimedve apvithvi na nakshatrani na surya sa ekaki na ramante tasya dhyanantah tasya yatra chandogni kriyamano stadakadi samajnaka stuti stomam yuchyate. That.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. I tried to count it and it was like 24 or something.
Oh, okay.
Syllables. It's really long.
Thank you, Prabhu. Then I continue. In the beginning of the creation, there was only the Supreme Personality Narayana. There was no Brahma, no Shiva, no fire, no moon, no stars in the sky, no son. There was only Krishna who creates all and enjoys all. In the many Puranas, it is said that Lord Shiva was born from the highest, the Supreme Lord Krishna, and then Vedas say that it is the Supreme Lord, the creator of Brahma and Shiva, who is to be worshipped in the Moksha Dharma. Krishna, little bit scroll to. Okay. Krishna also says, Prajapitham cha Rudram cha pe aham eva shirajami vai to he mam na vijanto mam maya vimohitau. The patriarchs Shiva and others are created by me. Through they do not know that they are created by me because they are deluded by my illusionary energy. In Varaha Purana, it is also said, Narayana Parodve Devas Tasmaj Jathas Chaturmukha Tasmadrudro Bhavad Devascha Sarvajnatam Gataha. Narayana is the supreme personality of Godhead, and from him Brahma was born, from whom Shiva was born. Lord Krishna is the source of all creation generations, and he is called the most efficient cause of everything. He says that because everything is born of me, I am the original source of all. Everything is under me, no one is above me. There is no supreme controller other than Krishna. One who understands Krishna in such a way that from a bona fide spiritual master and Vedic literature, who engages all his energy in Krishna consciousness, becomes a truly learned man. In comparison to him, all others who do not know Krishna properly are but fools. Only a fool would consider Krishna to be an ordinary man. A Krishna consciousness person should not be bewildered by fools. He should avoid all unauthorized commentaries and interpretations on Bhagavad Gita and proceed in Krishna consciousness with determination and firmness. Prabhu.
Ribo.
So,
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
thank you so much, Prabhu.
Debo.
Okay, now I think we need to go to six Astakam prayers.
Debo.
Cheto darpanam bhavamahadavagnirvapanam shreyah kairavachandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam sarvatmasnapanam param vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नाम नाम गाय बहुधा सर्वशक्तिः तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशीतो कृपा भगवान् ममापि दुर्दैव मे दृष्मिहायन्नानुरागा
गृणादपि सुनिचैनातरोरपि सहिष्णुना मानेन मानदेन कीर्तनेन सदा हरि
Nadanam najanam nasundarim kavitam va jagadishakamaye mama janmani janmani ishvare bhavatad bhaktir haituki tvai.
अदनं जनम न सन्देह ऐनन्दतनुज किङ्करं बुतितां वां विषवें भवां विदौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज चितधूलिशदशं विचिन्तय
Nam galadashrudaraya vadanam gadgadarudaya gira pulakarnichitam vapuh kada tavanama grihane bhavishyati.
युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रवेशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दं विरहेण मे
Ashdishyabam padalatam pinashtumam aldarshanam almahatam khalutuvam yata tatava vidataturam patum atpranadatastu saivana palaham.
Ribo. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, when your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and those who have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda in these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful man, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your positive devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda Krishna, I am your eternal servitor and somehow or other have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet.
Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will my hairs on my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separations, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like tolerance of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in you, in the world, in your absence.
I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Haribol, Sri Siksastakam ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, the 10 offenses to the holy name. First offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Consider the name of demigod like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma to be equal to and independent of the name of Vishnu. Second offense.
Third one, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master and consider him to be an ordinary person.
To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in persons to the Vedic version.
Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be the imagination.
Sixth offense, to give some mundane interpretations of the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name.
Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are often the best afflictive activity karma kanda.
Ninth one, to instruct faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
10th offense, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. It also for humble obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desired trees, who can fulfill all desires and full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhu vyaivacha patitanam bhavanibhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namaha.
Thank you so much for yours.
Jai.
Thank you. Jai, bro.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Dandot Pranam,
so much
Hare
for
Krishna.
association.